Metroid Samus Returns is a return to form for Nintendo's flagship bounty hunter, taking Samus back to her 2D platforming roots and back on planet SR388. The original Metroid 2, the game which Samus Returns is based on, was released 26 years ago on the original Game Boy. The remake was recently released for the Nintendo 3DS and is jam-packed with all new features. For this video, I'm going to be looking at both the original Metroid 2 and its recent remake, and compare what is new and, most importantly, which one holds up better. I'll go a little easy on Metroid 2 because it is a product of its time. For starters, Metroid 2 was released on the original Game Boy, and because of that, lacks any real color. Sure, you could play it on a Super Game Boy or a Game Boy Advance, but it doesn't look as good as it should be, especially other Game Boy games that were given full color on these devices. Samus Returns was released on the 3DS, so it boasts full color, 3D effects, and 2.5D graphics that give the game a unique sense of style we haven't seen in a 2D Metroid game so far. Samus is way more acrobatic in the remake, having the ability to aim in any direction with the new free aim feature that will give Samus a full 360-degree control of her blaster when holding down the L button. Also new to Samus Returns is the melee feature. Whenever some enemies flash white, Samus can use her melee attack to flip the enemy around, making it dizzy and leaving it open for attack. This in turn makes it easier to kill enemies, but on the other hand, if you're not ready to attack the enemy, it will take a huge chunk of life out of you. Another thing Samus Returns gets over its predecessor is the inclusion of a map feature. While it might have been next to impossible for the original Game Boy to give an accurate map, the 3DS version doesn't disappoint and makes it easier to find out where you are going. And to top it off, thanks to some new Aeon abilities and warp statues you earn throughout the game, it makes traveling the planet a heck of a lot easier. The original game, I feel, has the more memorable soundtrack. Sort of. While the main theme is great on both games, Metroid 2 has a very ambient and creepy nature to its soundtrack the deeper you get into the game. Samus Returns has older tracks from other Metroid games like Super Metroid and Metroid Prime. It has more upbeat remixes of Metroid 2 music, so you could take your pick. The main plot of both games is that Samus has been tasked with destroying all the Metroids on their home world of SR388. You progress through the game by destroying a certain amount of Metroids in each area. Samus Returns has the main story and bosses from the original game, but like the original Metroid's remake titled Zero Mission, they added a few more things into this game that I won't go into too much detail as it's pretty much spoilers. I will say that people who played the original before this game will get a few surprises that they weren't expecting. Overall, I believe that Samus Returns is better than Metroid 2, but Metroid 2 has some elements that I feel were unique when it was released in 1991. Samus Returns is a very great Metroid game, but isn't very kind to newcomers. If you're not familiar with the series, I would not recommend starting with this game right away. Go play Zero Mission for the Game Boy Advance, then come back. It will be an easier transition for you. If you are a veteran to games like this, there is no doubt in my mind that Samus Returns is worth your while. Go show Nintendo that this type of game still has a lot of life left in it.